man, we start another week, another sad week for professional wrestling. And Kevin Greene, we lost Kevin Greene, a member of WCW back in the day. Danny Hodge as well. The great Danny Hodge, we lost him, as well as we lost John Huber, also known as Luke Harper. Man, they say they come in threes, man, and three great ones. John Huber, just to start with him, was a really, really good dude. I never got a chance to break bread with him or anything like that, but he was just a genuine good dude. He was just there to, obviously do what I do and what I think about on a regular, and it's take care of my family and my two kids and my wife. That's what I'm always thinking about when I leave the house. I'm always thinking about them and am I going to be able to provide, for my little ones, man. And the one way you really know about a person's character, is when other people speak about him. And I have not heard one bad thing about Huber. He was just a genuinely good dude to leave this earth at 41 years old, man. It's sad. It really is. And I just want to say my heart goes out to the family. My condolences goes out to the family. He definitely will be well missed, and this business definitely lost truly one of the good guys.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the news, what was that now, the day after Christmas on Saturday, it was one of those ones where you have to look at it 3 or 4 times in a row to make sure you're reading exactly what is being said. And because, I remember you and I spoke on the phone shortly thereafter, and I was like, man, we just saw him on television, He was just in a match with Cody, and he just had a big angle. He had the Dark Order, just made his debut this year in AEW, made the transition over, started working under Brodie Lee, won the TNT title. He was on a great run, and it was so shocking to see because there was no indications, right?
Yeah.
To me, it was remnant of Chadwick Boseman, right?
Yeah.
Chadwick all of a sudden is here one day, and then we get the news that he passed with his family around him, and it seems somewhat similar to John, to Luke, to Brodie, whatever name you know him by. Is nobody really knew. It seems like a select few may have been in the loop, but to the large mainstream audience, we had no idea that he had any sort of issue, and it seems as though his wife indicated it's a lung issue. So it's just super sad, especially around the holidays. There's no great time, but I know that he was a father. I know that he recently just had a birthday, turned 41 years old, and 41, you have a whole lot more to give inside the ring and especially outside the ring.
Yeah, that's like you said, totally unexpected. I mean, he's been out of action since was October or something like that, and they definitely kept it hidden very well as far as what he was going through, and the suffer in silence like that without telling anybody, let you know that you're not thinking about anybody but yourself. You know what I mean, and your family. You know what I mean. You ain't thinking about the outside media, the Twitter world, and none of that stuff. None of that stuff means anything at a moment like that. And it just goes to show, how strong, he really was to stay in that fight for the family, man. Like I say, man, it was definitely out of the blue. And that's what's so freaking hard about this wrestling business. You know what I mean? There's so many of us, and we're all linked, connected in some way, shape, form, or fashion. When one of us go, a little bit of piece of us, leave as well. And it just is sad, man. And it happens, seem like way, way too often, you know what I mean? Even though this issue right here, it had nothing to do with God calling John home. But still, it doesn't lessen the pain any less. It really doesn't, you know what I mean? Danny Hodge. One thing, we could say about Danny Hodge is, Danny Hodge, he lived a great life, man. He lived a long life.
Right.
He's a guy that put in the time and got a chance to see it and watch the seeds grow as well. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different, with Danny, but still doesn't make it any less painful. And then, Kevin Greene, Kevin Greene was, man, all I remember that dude doing is smiling, man. All he did was smile all the time. He just wanted to be a part of the gang in WCW and go out there and just have some fun. And then, boom, there again, Kevin Greene, 61 years old?
I think he's 58, actually. I think he's 58.
58 years old. And that just, It's just it's young, man. It's young. You
It's
know,
really young.
you always check your mortality clock when something like this happens, man. You always look at yourself, and you thank God for every day, man, that you close your eyes and you open them the next day, because there's no guarantee, man, for any of us. But I'm just sad, man. I'm just sad that this year, 2021, has been the year of doom. And excuse me, 2020, year of 2020, can't wait to get to 2021. It has been a year of doom and gloom, and I just cannot wait to get past these next few days, hopefully to reset and, try to, get moving forward again, man. But it's just been a really, 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 really tough year, really tough.
Yeah, I think that's all around the board for everybody. And like you said, Kevin Greene, I saw a couple of matches I remember he did on Nitro back in the day, and I remember he came in with Mondo McMichael, primarily known as a Hall of Fame football player. But I did notice in every tribute that they did in the NFL, they made sure to mention former pro wrestler. So I like that they made sure they gave him that little acknowledgement. And Danny Hodge, I remember all these stories that Jim Ross, who was probably closest to Danny Hodge, would tell about Danny Hodge when he'd make the towns. He'd go to the local hardware store to prove how tough he was and buy a wrench and just bend it with his bare hands, or break apples in half, to show the old strength of the grip and stuff of that nature. So whenever I think of Danny Hodge, I just think of him doing that.
I'm working at Hardwest, though. Only thing I'm saying, if you buy it, you can break it all you want.
You can do whatever you want to, Danny. But the guy who I really saw the majority of his career obviously was John, Brodie Lee, Luke Harper, and his run with the Wyatt family is going to be really what he's most synonymous with, because that group, when they came in 2013, 2014 on WWE television, they left such an impact, and Bray Wyatt as the vehicle that drove those things. But Eric Rowan, Braun Strowman, their battles with Daniel Bryan, the battle with The Rock at WrestleMania, I remember. And then, of course, I think that the greatest match the Wyatt family ever had was Wyatt family versus Shield at Elimination Chamber, that 6-man tag where they got the This Is Awesome chant before they even touched. I remember moments like that. And, he was a tag team champion, Intercontinental champion, TNT champion. He definitely left his mark, and all the tributes that have been pouring in, like from yourself, from Chris Jericho, from CM Punk, from Randy Orton, from Bray Wyatt, from everybody, like you said, they only had nice things to say about him. And I wanted to ask you, Book, I know you said you didn't get to break bread with him too many times, but I want to ask you a little bit about
Only in catering.
Only in catering. But I want to ask you about this photo.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What about this picture right here?
Oh yeah. We hung out that night. That was a great night. Wale Mania. And we all had. I'm gonna tell you right now. You can look at my eyes. You may can't tell, but I was drunk that night, bro. I was so drunk. I had been drinking everything. They brought me a bottle and set me up and whatnot. But now, man, a lot of the boys were there, man, that night. And John was just one of many, man, of the boys there again, fellowship, having fun, just being in the moment that night. And I tell you, man, this photo right here, I remember taking this photo, and it just seems like it was just yesterday. It seems like it was just yesterday. And just walking down the hall, bumping into him, saying, "What's up, big guy, man?" It actually seemed like just yesterday. And now, and I always say it, man, we got a birth date, we got a death date, and we got to make sure we take care of that work in between, because we don't know when that second part is going to happen, man. And there again, there's no guarantees. When we close our eyes at night, we're going to wake up the next day, man. Day after Christmas, to just remind everybody, man, that we all are human beings, and we all come, from dirt, and we're going to leave in ashes. And there again, we just need to pull together here on this earth, because to be so far apart, to be so close together at the same time, it breaks my heart, and someone's death like